Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, you need to turn off the water to the refrigerator. In this video, we'll show you how to place the compressor inverter control board in a Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a 1/4-inch nut driver, 1/2-inch open at the wrench, Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and a 1/4-inch socket wrench. When you open out the package, you're going to get a new compressor inverter control board. The compressor inverter control board is mounted onto the side of the compressor. It converts the 120 volts AC into variable 230 volts, operating the compressor. If your refrigerator is not cooling at all due to the compressor not running, check the compressor inverter control board and replace it if needed. We need to remove this rear access panel. It's held in place by 4 1/4-inch screws, and I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. I'm going to remove it by taking the screws one by one. Alright, so I'm going to place the towel here under the water valve. Now I'm going to use the 1/2-inch open end wrench, and I'm going to unscrew the water inlet line. Make sure the water is shut off at the water supply before you undo this nut. Lift up on the nut and pull the water line. And we got some water coming out, no big deal. And remove the towel. Now we can pull off the rear access panel. Alright, now to remove the compressor inverter control board, we need to take out this single Phillips screw at the bottom. I'm using a Phillips screwdriver. I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to lift up this inverter control board to release it from the compressor. And then I'm going to work out these tubes, plastic and copper, so we can take this control board out. First, I'm going to unplug this. I'm going to squeeze this side tabs and pull the plug apart. And I'm going to work out this board. At this point I'm going to stop, and we need to remove this plug from the compressor. So now I'm using a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to pry this plug from the compressor. Next, after we remove the compressor plug, I'm going to push the control behind the compressor like that, so we can take off the ground wire. And I'm going to use the 1/4-inch socket wrench. And if you noticed, I'm wearing gloves now because it's a little scratchy area here. After I broke loose that screw using the socket wrench, I'm going to use a 1/4-inch nut driver, and I'm going to take it out much faster. So next I'm going to use the flathead screwdriver. I'm going to slide off this ground terminal from the compressor. And then we're going to remove this inverter board. And now we need to disconnect this plug. And we push on the locking tab and pull it apart. This is the old compressor inverter control board next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Alright, I'm going to install a new inverter control board. I'm going to start with plugging this small plug. Alright, as usual, make sure it's locked. Then I'm going to bring this ground wire in there, and I'm going to place the screw into this terminal, and we're gonna then place that screw into this hole in the base. And I'm going to tighten it. And I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Right now I'm going to slide this inverter board in. So I'm going to hold the inverter control board back and with one hand, and with my other hand I'm going to install this terminal onto the compressor ground terminal. Right now, next step would be plugging that plug onto the compressor. There's 3 holes on the plug. We're going to match them with the compressor terminals and push them on. Just like that. So we're going to install this inverter onto the compressor. This upper lip of the cutout on the inverter will go over this lip on the compressor. So I'm going to lift it up and press it down. It's on, but we need to attach the bottom screw so it would stay on. Alright, now we're gonna secure that with this single Phillips screw. I'm using a long Phillips screwdriver. Alright, I need to fish out this plug and then hold down to it. And we're going to plug it in here. Now we're going to install the rear access panel back. Alright, now we can install the water line back onto the valve. Press the line in. And then we're going to manually tighten that nut as far as it goes. Now I'm going to use this 1/2-inch open on the wrench and I'm going to tighten it. Do not over tighten. That would be plenty enough. And now we're going to secure the rear access panel with the screws. Let's align the holes. And then using a 1/4-inch nut driver, I'm going to install 4 1/4-inch screws to secure the rear access panel. Plug the fridge in, open the water, and check if there are any leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by appliancepartspros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.